Hello and welcome back to Weyermann's Whimsy. It is Junk Journal Wednesday, and I'm going to continue with a few of my favorite things books. I'm continuing to use the Roses paper that I published last week. I'm going to do this page here. I've got a doily spread across 2 pages. And I'm just going to decorate each page and use some of the elements from my paper. So I'm going to be using my retired Stampin' Up! Rococo Rose, and I have my Keeping Tabs punch from Stampin' Up! Came in. So that's what it looks like, and I have used it to punch out a couple of tabs out of my paper for my page. So I'm going to be making a pocket here. Now, I've printed out everything on just straight copier paper. I haven't printed anything out on cardstock. So everything's just a little bit thin, and I did that for a reason. If I put too much cardstock in the book, it's going to get really thick. Now, I can take out some pages. This is a stitched spine book, so I could take out some of the pages, but just so that I can get the maximum amount in, I am using copier paper. So I'm just going to put adhesive along the bottom and along the side there, just making a little just slash pocket here, and we're just going to pop that down like that. There we go. So I can still slide some things in. And I'll probably put a little bit of glue under here just to hold all that down. So I'm just going to use some of my white Tombow glue, and I'm just going to put a dot down and then kind of swirl it around a little bit and then stick that down. Okay. So I need to make some things to go in that pocket, and I've got these things here that are going to go in the pocket, but I'm going to do this side of the paper as well, this page as well. So this postcard piece is from my paper as well, I believe. Or no, this is, sorry, the postcard is, nope, this one's my paper. I was trying to figure out if it was from my porch prints, but it's mine. So I'm just going to go around here, and I think I'm just going to use my shredding tool, and I'm just going to rough up the edges of this. Just make it a little bit more worn. This works better on cardstock, but it's going to work here as well. This is from Making Memories, and I've had it for years, honestly, years. So it's just a blade inside of a little bit of a V so that you can shred your edges. I'm just going to add some more of that ink. And again, it's copier paper, so it's thinner. You can add, I could put this on an index card or a piece of cardstock, but again, I'm just going to leave it as is because I want things to be relatively thin in the book. And I'm just going to add ink to the edge of this as well. And of course, while I'm holding it, it kind of crinkles it up, and that's fine. I'm just going to tear this edge off like that. And we're going to run some adhesive down the edge here. And we're just going to plunk that down like that. Oops. Let's do it so we can actually see part of that. There we go. That's good like that. And I do have some pieces of ribbon or lace that I have used in other projects. I'm just going to pop some adhesive down, lay that down like that. We do have the edge of the doily that's adding a little bit of detail as well. And I've got some of this tissue here, which I'm going to add to this side. I'm trying to build my units before I actually put things down. So I'm just going to pop that down like that. And this, I did a book where I tore out a whole bunch of the pages. So I do have lots of book pages now. So this was a hardcover book. It was a Jude Devereaux book. and I created a just a journal with it. And that I used my Porch Prints freebies on to create the book, and that was fabulous. So I'm just going to ink up those edges, and then I'm going to put some more adhesive down, and I'm going to lay this down like this. I just want to make sure that I've got the writing actually the correct way up. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to just add this down like this. And the background's pretty plain. I do have some buttons here that I was thinking about using, but again, that's going to make everything really thick in the book, and I don't really want it to be hugely thick. So why don't we work a little bit on this side here? What am I going to put in the pockets? So I'm just going to grab and ink up my edges again. Sorry, I keep holding things out of frame. So I'm just going to keep adding ink, and I'm going to ink up this piece as well. And I've got some tags from the kit and some of the words from the kit that I put together that I'm going to be using to add to this. So I'm just going to put some ink around the edges of the tabs. And I'm using the Retired Rococo Rose because I wanted something soft. I didn't want any of the really kind of distressed look. I just want something nice and soft for this My Favorite Things book. Okay, so I am going to add some adhesive to both sides of this, like this. And I'm going to pop this one on here. Like this. So I've got my pull tab on that one, and I use the leaves for this one because it's I think they'll show up better on this one. So again, you can use glue, you can use whatever adhesive you like. I'm just going to pop that down like that. Now these are blank on the back, so I probably should have decorated the backs before I went ahead and glued those tabs down. Learn as you go, and you can probably all hear you all at the on the video going, decorate the back, decorate the back. So I'm just going to add some bits and pieces really quickly to the back of these, just to give them a little bit more oomph. And these again are all cut from my papers. So just put that like that. And oh, I've got, this is these are tags that I made up for a different set completely. I might use those over there like that. But I've got this is just ephemera that I had in my drawer. It's a little unicorn, and I think he's really sweet, so I'm just going to tuck him down like that. And then I've got lots of these kind of labels here from the kit. So I'm just going to pop this down. I haven't done any coloring around any of these edges. I did that one, but I haven't done the rest. So just add that down like that, and we're going to pop this up here like this. And then we're going to use Create because that just happens to be here. Like this. And then we'll just put some adhesive on the back like that. And we're going to put that right on there like that. Okay, so that's kind of the back of that tag done really quickly. Maybe what we'll do is we'll add Believe to this one because we've got the unicorn on here. So I've just fussy cut these out from the paper. And we can tuck that one down like that. So now we've got the back covered. The only thing is I should have put the tab on after I did everything else. But that can just slide in there like that. And then this one, let's do some things on the back of this one too. I've got more of this rose paper. And the nice thing is, once you've downloaded, if you've purchased the kit, you download it, you can print this off as many times as you want. You can use the images as many times as you want. It's yours once you've purchased it. So I'm just going to pop that there like that. And then I'm going to pick this whole thing up and just kind of go over it a little bit. So let's just do that. So we're just making tags so we can slide them into that pocket. And what else can we put on here? I think I might just tear a whole piece of this off and put that on, and then I'll tear it off at the bottom. The nice thing is when you use books like this, you can just, you get little snippets of the story, and then you can kind of think about it, you know, where is it in the book? What's happening? And make up the story from there. Okay, so I'm going to add this tag here like this, and then I think we'll be done with the back of decorating the back of this tag. Okay, so let's move some of this stuff out of the way. And we'll do this. And pop this down like that. So there is our second piece. I'm just going to add just a little bit of adhesive to the top there to hold that down. So what I want to do is I've got tags and labels or words, and I'm just going to add them to the pictures that I've already got on the front of the tags. So let's just do this. And again, I've got so many things that I could add to this that I'm not going to, because I don't want to add lots of bulk. Like, I really love this green baker's twine, but I feel like it's going to add too much bulk. So I might use it as like a dangle or something like that. So I'm just going to put adhesive on the back of this, and I'm going to put this little leftover piece of polka dot ribbon down into the adhesive. And we're going to just pop this diagonally across like that. So I'm just going to add some more adhesive, and we're going to pop it across like that. Okay. And I don't mind that it's hanging over the edge, but that one can tuck back in like that. This one, we're going to do the vintage tag on. So I'm just going to, again, add some of that color around the edges. And I would absolutely love to use buttons on this, but I don't want to make the book too thick, as I said. Oh, you know what? Maybe we'll just pop this like that, just so there's a little bit of... Oh, it says envelope and the business, but I've put it on upside down because of course I have. Okay, so we're going to put that down like that, and then we're going to put more adhesive on it, and we're going to put this down like this, and then we're just going to go over it a little bit. There we go. And we're going to add this down, and we're going to pop that like that, and then this one can tuck in as well. And I wanted to put something over here. So what do I have? I've used vintage and romance, and I'm going to use become on this side. And I'm going to put it on, I think I'm just going to put a little tab in behind. Maybe I'll look at what I've got for small words instead of using the big word on here, because all of the detail on here is quite small. So I'm just going to put that down like that. And I've got become here. What else do I have? Believe. Maybe I'll use believe on this one. Okay. I cut out all my words, and now they are all over my desk. but that's okay. Okay, we're gonna pop this down like that. Maybe just add a little bit of pink over top just to deepen that up a little bit. And I think that is pretty much all I'm going to do with these. Again, just decorating some of my pages in a few of my favorite things book. I've got lots of other things in here, lots of things I've made notes about. I kind of showed you some my last time, but yeah, just things that catch my fancy, things that I like, and that. So yes, so those are our 2 pages for today. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.